Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And for today, for Saturday, I thought we would take a look at the lesson that's assigned for morning prayer from St. Mark's Gospel. Now, we've kind of started in the middle of Mark's Gospel. We started chapter 6 this week, the beginning of the Jessima season. But we're already up to chapter 7, verse 14. And when he called all the people unto him, he said unto them, Hearken unto me, every one of you, and understand. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him, but the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable, and he said unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him? Because it entereth not into his heart, but into his belly, and goeth out into the drought, purging all meats. And he said, That which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. Okay, so we talked a little bit about yesterday some of the issues that Paul was having with the early church communities, that they were trying to keep the law, and in doing so, they were putting away the importance of the faith over the physical acts. So here Jesus himself is talking to the people, and he's saying, look, people are coming up to Jesus saying, what are your disciples doing? They're eating with unwashed hands, they're picking grain on the Sabbath day, and things of that like. And so what Jesus is trying to tell people is, look, yes, God certainly gave the unclean the purity laws that had to do with eating and drinking. And those will be done away in the new covenant, and there's plenty of biblical evidence for that. But this is the beginning of it right here, when Jesus says, look, it's not what you're putting in your mouth that makes you unclean, right? Because that goes into your belly and then out into the toilet, and it's gone. That's not what makes you unclean. What makes you unclean, right, is what comes out of your heart. In other words, how you act out towards others. That's what makes you unclean, right? That's what defiles a man. And so then he goes on to give this laundry list of things, right? Evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All of these things, which sound kind of like cable television, but all of these things are things which become evidence of a heart that is not pointed towards God, for a heart that's not living to God. And we defile ourselves and, in effect, affect others by those things coming out of our hearts and the way in which we interact with others. We're not loving our neighbor as ourselves if we're doing that laundry list. We're not loving our neighbors as ourselves or showing proof that we love God above all things if we're doing these things, right? So all of these things, this laundry list of sins, are a reminder that we are actually called to live lives worthy of our calling, and that it is accomplished by God's grace. We don't get to change the scriptures. We don't get to change the rules because we've decided we don't want to be mean to anybody else or make anybody feel bad, or we want to try to justify our own behavior. That's not an option, brothers and sisters. God knows best. He knows how we were created. And he knows that we can't be defiled, but rather we have to learn to live towards holiness by God's grace. Tomorrow's Sunday, Sexagesima Sunday, the second Sunday before Lent. And of course, we have our 7:30 morning prayer, 8 o'clock Holy Communion, 10 o'clock Holy Communion. We will not have evening prayer, however, this Sunday at 5:30. So be sure to be joining us in the morning for worship at St. John's. And may God bless you.